Ah yes, yet another episode of Ghost Build a Thing, build episode 55. That means we are pretty much halfway through season 3 of this. That's kind of nice to think about, you know. That does mean it'll take us a few months into next year. Damn, I can't start it in January. Unless I do extra episodes at Christmas, which I don't think I'm going to, but I could. Anyways, today we are building a garden and a giant tree. Why? Because I wanted to build a garden. I then looked at how much time I'd been playing for. Why is it now that the loud things go past outside? Shush. Words have defined me. Oh, I looked and I was like, oh, I haven't actually been recording that long. What else can I build? Oh, look, the composition looks a bit funky. Let's build a giant tree. And thus, I built a giant tree. But we get to that later on in the episode. I started by going around trying to do this kind of style of fence again. I didn't want to just throw in regular fences. I personally think they look boring now. You see that I am learning, slowly. Which is a very nice thing to think about. I am slowly getting there and improving. I had no exact plan for this garden. I just wanted to put a fence in and fill it. I went in, added some steps, added in some composters at some point. No, I kept adding stairs. Then I added a chicken hut. Why? Because I wanted there to be chickens. Because I like the new chickens. And I figured, sure, there's chickens up the top of a mountain, but why not have more? I don't put in enough animals. There should be plenty more. So I built this little hut. Then tried to work out how on earth to make it so that the chickens definitely could not get out. Had to pause to do something. Who knows what that was? And then I kept kind of going. And I was trying to mix it up between doing the, oh god, whatchamacallit, the spruce and the dark oak, just to try and blend everything in together and have it looking relatively balanced. I then went in, put a tag that said animal, because I apparently got rid of mine. Discovered that the chicken could, in fact, get out of the back. Then discovered that they liked hiding down there and had to change something. I don't remember what I did to correct it, but I did something. Oh, I punched them to scare them off and then put trapdoors in. That makes sense. That's something I would definitely do. Then had to levitate another one in because it escaped. And I personally like these ones. I think they look like waffles. Put in a grey chicken as well because I think its hair's cool. They then kept trying to escape, but they are not getting out of there anymore. I then went in and added in composters because this place needs somewhere to get rid of all of their stuff and get bone meal back. Added in some pots and plants, made sure there were plenty of carrots because who doesn't love a carrot? I don't like raw carrots, so yeah, that's completely irrelevant. But anyways, I don't like raw carrots. I like potato though. Potato's great. Not raw, thinking about it. I shouldn't have said that. I then put a cake in to the inside that had been partly eaten because then I figured that makes it look lived in. Or at least that was my logic. I don't personally think that logic actually serves true. I added in some pathways so that it looks like people do actually walk around in here because otherwise it looks like it's just a patch of grass with a few things scattered. I added a pond because I could. I decided I need a pond. I didn't add fish. I should have added fish to the pond. Which was silly of me, but oh well. I did, however, make it so there's like lots and lots of plant life growing up around it just to have a bit of fun. Added in some sea pickles for some light, added in more drip leaf. I love small drip leaf. It is beautiful. I also have recently worked out that if I turn the way I'm looking, certain blocks, I can turn how they're placed. You'd like to think, considering I've been playing Minecraft for so long, I would have learnt that by now. I have not. Added in some various plant life into it so it's not too polished or flat. And then looked around trying to work out what on earth am I going to do next. I had this small bit here, so I put in a little horse shelter. Why? Because I figured that they'll probably have horses, and apparently the only animals I'm really giving proper names on this Minecraft world are the horses. They get whatever name comes to mind. Sometimes I turn and I look at all the books on my shelves and I go, that will be thy horse's name. Which is great, considering most of my books that I have here are written by men, because they are mostly war-related books. Thinking about it, even the non-war-related books are still mostly written by men that I own. a fascinating realization. What did I name this horse? Oh, I tried to tame it first, apparently. I want to know what I named the horse. I set it back today. This is great. I love finding out what I did in the past. It is a fascinating process making these YouTube videos. Come on, let's just get to building the tree, Ghost. Pass, Ghost, come on. Oh, I added in somewhere where there's water. Did, however, not add hay bales, which was an oversight. Have I named the horse yet? Yes, we're about to name the horse. Here we go. I called the horse Derek. I don't know why I picked Derek, but I did. Derek was also the name of one of my teachers once. Maybe that's why I picked it. I can't remember if we'd been discussing that teacher recently when I filmed this and I just called the horse Derek. I don't think I spelt it the same way. I dropped the C before the K. And then I went and started building the tree. This is not the tree I was thinking I was building. I built a different tree. That other tree is going to be in a different episode. I lied to you. I also don't check my footage in advance, so how would I know? I figured it would make sense to put a small tree at the side of the house so that there's actually some more colour and there's some different heights. I do personally think I need to learn to build trees better, but with slow process, and I'm trying to learn from watching, like, every single Minecraft video I come across. But to be fair, I find trees confusing and weird. Like, in real life, I understand how a tree grows, but I can't draw trees properly. It's just... There is just something in my brain that's like, nah, why draw trees properly when we can just, I don't know, build? Added in some proper roots. And yeah, I called it a day. I hope you have enjoyed me rambling about stuff that I didn't really know what was going on, and I will see you all again in the next episode. Goodbye, the internet.